Hey everybody, here we are. It's December. 2020 is coming to an end, and 2020 has turned out to be a year that none of us could have imagined. I know that. As a pastor and as a church, it's been a year that we could have never predicted so many of the things that would happen and that we would go through. It's been a challenging year, and yet God has also been faithfully doing His work of transformation as only He can. And we're so incredibly grateful for that. We have 3 mission strategies we talk about around here: experiencing God's love, growing in community, and serving with compassion. When it comes to experiencing God's love, we've had the privilege of hearing stories of people, not only here in our local area, but all over the nation, even the world, who have been able to experience God's love. Now, here's the reality. In March, when all of this went down, we weren't even online with our ministry. We would post our sermons, but we weren't online. Within 3 days, our amazing team was able to take us online. And since COVID started, we've had over 1 million views of our content. That's shocking. Growing in community. This year, hundreds of you have connected in community with God and with each other. And we're so incredibly thankful that whether that is a few of you in person or many of you through Zoom, you have still connected in community with others, and God is at work. And then our third mission strategy, serving with compassion. You have been through a very, very difficult year, many of you faithfully serving, whether that's your neighbors, whether that's people you work with, or whether that's through opportunities here at church. Most recently, our food drive, our toy drive. You've been doing that. In fact, I just want you to know this. Since COVID started, I want to make sure I get this right. Since COVID started, we have, through your generosity, been able to give $314,000 to our local and our global strategic partners. That's all because of your generosity. And as your pastor, I just want to say thank you. What a difference it makes, not only in our lives, but in the lives of our partners, that we get to hear the stories. God's hope has not been canceled. Transformation has not been postponed. You keep doing that. You keep enabling us as a church to do that. And I want to say thank you. And I also want to invite you into an end of the year giving opportunity. Here we are at the end of the year. I want you to consider making a tax deductible donation. Put us in your year-end planning financially so that we could still see God's work of transformation continue. The truth is, every year, year after year, somewhere between 16 to 19% of all of our giving financially comes in the month of December. And we don't really know what to expect. This is a year where it's hard to know what to expect. But I am praying, we are praying, and so hopeful that many of you will join together with us and be generous in this season. We have a theme for the end of the year that will launch us into 2021, that we believe it's a time of trust and transformation, of trusting God and following Him as never before and seeing His transformation. And we believe generosity is a part of that. And so many of you have been doing that even through a pandemic. I want to give you a couple of numbers. We've made it through a very difficult year. We've not necessarily thrived financially, but we've made it through. Currently, we're about 9% behind where we plan to be in our general fund giving year to date. At this point, about 9%. And that's not terrible because it's been a pandemic, but we still have some room to make up. But here's some good news, and I want to brag on our staff. In this season, our staff has tried our best to steward the resources we've been entrusted to, and I think our staff's done a very, very good job. Year to date, we've been able to cut expenses 21%. We're 21% under budget, and so I'm so incredibly grateful for that. So as we end this year, we're not in a fantastic place financially, and we're not in a terrible place financially. We're sort of right in the middle, but I want to invite you to help us finish strong. A couple ways you can do this. One is, I want to invite some of you to become a first-time giver. The truth is, you've watched videos, you've participated, but you haven't actually given. I want to challenge you. Become a first-time giver. Since May, we've had 154 people become first-time givers through text. Maybe that's the way for you, that you could take a first step and you could be a first-time giver. I want to challenge you to do that. Others of you, I want to invite you to become a recurring giver, whether that's through online bill pay or your credit card. Set up recurring giving. Every single month, 33% of our giving comes in through recurring gifts, people that have set that up ahead of time. And for you, I want to say thank you, those of you who do that. And I want to invite others of you to do that. That's one of the best ways you can give because it's dependable. We know we can count on it and when it's going to happen. And so we have a vision to see God's hope transform our cities one story at a time. And I have a part in fulfilling that vision, and you have a part in fulfilling that vision. And I want to invite you to prayerfully consider and then to courageously step out in faith in partnering with Hillside financially as we end this year to truly see God's hope bring the transformation that only He can do. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.